It's been a minute since my last mini in a minute, so welcome back. Today we're diving into the devilish trapeze artist turned mutant superhero, Kurt Wagner, better known as a Nightcrawler. Abandoned by his parents, Mystique and the demon Azazel, Kurt was raised by a witch in a traveling circus. Though his appearance made life difficult, he found peace in performance and acrobatics. Accused of murder and hunted by an angry mob, Kurt was rescued by none other than Charles Xavier, who offered him a place among the X-Men, and from that moment on, he's been a fan favorite. If you're looking for a great introduction into his solo adventures, check out Nightcrawler by Dave Cockrum. It's Kurt's first standalone story, a fun, swashbuckling romp filled with pirates, aliens, and plenty of BAMFs. In Marvel Crisis Protocol, Nightcrawler enters the game as a 4-threat character with 6 stamina on his healthy side. He has a medium move and solid defenses, boasting 4 dice against physical attacks and 3 for each energy and mystic. His first attack, Teleporting Strike, is a range 3 5-dice physical attack that generates power equal to damage dealt. If, after damage is dealt, he's more than range 2 away from the target, he inflicts the stun special condition, thanks to a rule charmingly named Haha. His second attack, Brimstone Blitz, costs just 1 power and starts at 5 dice, but with a twist. It gains an extra dice for every time Nightcrawler has been placed that turn, and if you roll a crit in a wild, it triggers Fury of Blows, letting him make another Brimstone Blitz attack. This opens the door for devastating attack chains, turning Kurt into a teleporting whirlwind of swords and blue smoke. As for his superpowers, mobility is the name of the game. His signature move, BAMF, lets you spend 1 to 3 power and place Nightcrawler within that much range from where he started. The more power you spend, the farther he goes. He also has Puff of Smoke, which allows him to place within range 2 of the target he just attacked. This ability is free and feeds perfectly into the Brimstone Blitz combo potential. Defensively, he's no slouch. Launch Acrobatics lets him spend 2 power to add 2 dice to his defense roll against either physical or energy attacks. And finally, Invisible in the Shadows acts as a stealth-like effect. If Nightcrawler is within range 1 of a terrain feature size 2 or larger, enemies have to be within range 3 to target him with attacks. Stick close to cover and you'll be hard for him to pin down. On his injured side, Nightcrawler's stamina drops down to 5, but otherwise everything else stays the same. No loss in mobility, no changes to his abilities, just a little bit of less health to work with. He's still every bit as tricky and dangerous. Looking at the synergy side, Nightcrawler fits best into teams that can help generate power for him early. X-Men Blue makes a great use of his positioning tools, while Cabal, especially under Korvax Red Skull, can help fuel his Brimstone Blitz chains to devastating effect. He also shines well under Storm's leadership, using her movement tricks to leap across terrain and maximize his map presence. He pairs very well with characters that can reposition him or set up his attacks from the perfect range, allowing you to reliably trigger Haha and Flurry of Blows as much as possible to keep those dice pools growing. Nightcrawler's single and signature tactic card, Mass Transit, gives you some incredible repositioning value. For an action in 3 power, Kurt can choose up to 3 allied characters within range 2. Then, Nightcrawler places himself within range 3 of his current position, and each of the chosen allies gets placed within range 1 of him. After that, Kurt gains Stagger, but if you plan ahead and use Children of the Atom, you can cleanse that condition and come out clean. It's a very powerful movement tool, especially for mission-focused plays. He also benefits very well from First Class, letting him hold on to more of his power in the earlier rounds. Great for setting up those BAMF-heavy turns later on. To get the most out of Nightcrawler, you'll want to think like an assassin. Use BAMF to get around the board and set up huge Brimstone Blitz attacks. Remember, the more places you've used, the stronger your dice get. And don't forget Puff of Smoke is free to use. Use it as often as you possibly can. It helps you dodge retaliation, reposition for your next strike, or line up the perfect range for a flurry chain. When it comes to defense, Invisible in the Shadows makes him nearly untargetable when he's close to terrain. Stay near the size 2 terrain or larger features and you'll frustrate your opponent's ranged options. And, if you do get targeted, Launch Acrobatics gives you a reliable defense boost for just 2 power. Here's one of my favorite combos with Nightcrawler. Let's say you end your turn within range 5 of an enemy. On your next activation, start by using BAMF to get within range 3. Then, open with Teleporting Strike to generate some power. Follow that up with a Puff of Smoke to place within range 2 of the target. Now, you're set up for the perfect Brimstone Blitz, which is already a 7-dice attack thanks to your 2 placements. If you hit the critical wild trigger, use Puff of Smoke again, place again, and roll an 8-dice Brimstone Blitz. Repeat this until your target drops. It's smooth, flashly, and brutally effective. Nightcrawler is the ultimate repositioning assassin. Hard to predict, harder to reach, and always one step ahead. And that wraps up this mini in a minute. From teleporting strikes to teleporting defense, Nightcrawler brings style, agility, and the mutant magic to every game. Make sure to like, subscribe, and BAMF. Back here for next time for another mini in a minute.